Hello everyone, welcome to my online geography class KSK Geography. Here we are to discuss one of the important chapters for your board exam, that is manufacturing industry. And what I say, before starting any chapters, you need to see what are the content you need to study from this chapter and what are the portion has been deducted from your syllabus that you don't need to study, right? So according to that 2023 syllabus, here you can see the course content. First things you need to know, that is the importance and the classification of industry. Next, the agro-based industry. Under agro-based industry, you need to study the two things, the sugar industry and the textile industries, right? Sugar industry and textile industry. Under textile industry, you need to study two. What are those? Cotton and silk. Cotton and silk. These are the two things you need to study from this part. Next, that mineral-based industry. Under mineral-based industry, you need to focus mainly on iron and steel industry. And here also, you need to study only two. What are those? The Tata Steel, that is Tisco, and Rourkela steel plants, right? About these two, you need to study here. And along with that, under mineral-based industry, you need to focus on petrochemical and electronic industry. And now, what are the things you don't need to study? That is iron and steel industry, Bhilai and Visakhapatnam. Here you can see Bhilai and Visakhapatnam, that you don't need to study at all. So this has been deducted from your syllabus for 2023. Now here you need to focus on what is manufacturing industry. Manufacturing industry, mainly those are called secondary activities. What is secondary activities? All the economic activities, right, that has been classified under four categories. What are those? Primary activity, secondary activity, tertiary activity, and quaternary activity. This manufacturing industry, basically it comes under the secondary activities. So what is the role here? Here, whatever production they are getting from the agricultural activities or primary activities, that product they will use as a raw materials and they will process it for further better use. That is called manufacturing industries, right? Now why the manufacturing industries is so important for us, right? So important for us because manufacturing industry, it contribute very nicely with the country's GDP, right? Country's growth, right? National income, it depends on manufacturing industry. Next is provide job opportunities, right? Employment is provide job opportunities, as well as whatever production we are getting from the manufacturing industry, that we can send it to the other countries, we can export to the other countries, and from there also we can get some financial benefit. And also it helps to modernize the agricultural sectors. Like why? Because from manufacturing industry we are able to get those equipments that is required or machineries that is required for agriculture sectors, as well as chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, all those things we are getting from manufacturing industries. You are getting from manufacturing industries, right? So overall it helps for the country's economical growth. Here, need of rapid industrialization in India, right? Why you required India manufacturing industries for India, especially for India? Why? Because as I said, India, 65 to 70% people of India, right, they are dependent on the agriculture sectors. Now for agriculture sectors growth, development, right, what you have to do? We require the fertilizer, insecticides, and as well as the equipments, right, for the agricultural activities, so that we will get it from the industrial sectors, right? Rapid industrialization also it helps to strengthen the country's economy, that we already discussed, right, in previous slides. Now for industries, we require some inputs, right? We are required the raw materials. Along with the raw materials, we require labor. Along with the labor, we require power supply, water, so many things we require, right? Those are the requirement for the industrial growth or industrial setup. So those factors, all those factors has been classified under two categories. What are those? Geographical factors and non-geographical factors. Under geographical factors, you can see it here: raw material, water supply, energy, transport, labor, market, and climate. Those are the geographical condition. Different industries require different type of condition. Now non-geographical factors, what are those? That is mainly capital, management, banking, and the government policy. Those are the basic requirements for the growth of industries or for the setup of manufacturing industry. Now you need to discuss about the classification of industries. Classification of industries, according to the sources of raw materials, that has been divided under 4 categories here. What are those? Like agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, animal-based industries, and the forest-based industries. Now let's talk about agro-based industries. It means whatever raw materials is required for those type of industry, that it will come from the agricultural field. So what are those? Here you can see that is the cotton, jute, sugar, tea. Those are the agro-based industries. Now mineral-based industries, obviously it required minerals or that raw materials, it will come from the mine field. So what are those? Iron and steel industry, heavy engineering, cement, chemical, and fertilizer. Those are the mineral-based industry. Animal-based industry, that it will it required animal product. So what are the animal products we required? Like the wool, silk, dairy products, leather, poultry, all those things, it will come from the animals product mainly. So those are called animal-based industries. Next, forest-based industry. Forest-based industry, that is the wood, rubber, honey, resin. Those industries, it will come under the forest-based industries. Now next, that is the industries classification. As I said, on the basis of sources of raw materials, that is agro-based industries and the mineral-based industry. On the basis of capital investment, how much capital you require, on that basis it has been classified large-scale industry and small-scale industry. Large-scale means which industries is required huge amount of capital. Small-scale industry means it don't require so much capital. Those are called the small-scale industry. Now on the basis of ownership, that is very important. Public sectors industries. Public sectors industries means the government will be the owner, right? Maybe central government or state government, mainly the government it will be owner. That is called public sector industry. Private sector industries, it means the ownership it will belongs to the individuals or group of individuals, right? Like the Reliance, Tata, all those are the private sector industries. Now joint sector industries. Joint sector industries means is a combination of both in group of individuals or the individuals along with the government, right? Group of individuals or individuals along with the government. Those are called the joint sector industries. Now next one, the cooperative sectors. Cooperative sector means here who are the suppliers, who are the workers, they are only the owner, right? Those called cooperative sectors. Example, that is Amul, right? Amul is an example of cooperative sectors. Now on the basis of bulk weight of raw materials and the finished product, that has been classified into 2 types. That is a heavy industry and light industry. It means heavy industry means where the raw materials as well as the output product, both it will be heavy. On the other hand, light industry means where the product weight it will be light, like the electronic industry. And heavy industry is example, that is the iron and steel industry. Basically from there you need to know all the types along with the examples, right? All the types along with the example. Next, here you need to study one by one about all the industry that has been mentioned in your syllabus, right? So first we will discuss about the sugar industry. Now sugar industry, that is the agro-based industry. Why? Because the raw materials that is required for the sugar industry, that is sugarcane, right? And what is the another requirement for sugar industry? That is the sugar industry, it should be located close to the sugarcane field. So it can be crushed within 24 hours, right? So you can get more sucrose and quality of sugar as well as quantity of sugar, it will be more. Now very interesting, here you can see in the agriculture chapter you have studied about the sugarcane fields. So sugarcane fields mainly it produce more in Uttar Pradesh, right, as well as Maharashtra. Those are the areas sugar can produce more, and nowadays in the southern part also is growing very fast, right? So obviously sugar industry it will be located in this area only, especially Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra. Those are area is famous for sugar mill, right? We will discuss about all those things later on. Now here you can see the very important part that is for your MCQ is very important, that is what are the byproduct of sugar industry, right? So byproducts, these are the byproduct, molasses, bagases and the press mud, right? And you need to remember here what are the uses of those byproducts. So here you can see molasses, fertilizer, DDT, alcohol and synthetic rubbers, molasses is very much useful. Bagasse is mainly used for paper making, for paper industry. Press mud is used for wax, shoe polish, even carbon paper. Those are the main uses of those byproduct, right? Now you need to focus on the difference between the sugar industry in North India and South India. As I said, South India, in sugar industry gaining is popularity. What are the reason? South India, that is due to the tropical climate, black soil and irrigation facilities, and the coarse content is high. Sucrose content is high in the South Indian production. Next, crushing season is having long crushing season, where North India we are having only 4 months, but in South India we are having 7 to 8 months, right? And in South India most of the sugar industry develop according to the cooperative system, right? So now we'll go for the cotton textile industry. Cotton textile industry, again, that is also agro-based industry. Now the cotton is main requirement for the cotton textile industry, right? So which area cotton is to grow more, those area you will see the cotton industry or cotton textile industry it will develop. So basic requirement for cotton industries, that is land availability of cheap price, raw material, that is cotton, good climatic condition, means here for cotton industry is required humid climatic condition, availability of water and availability of energy resource, right? Those are the geographical factors. And socio-economic factors, those are the capital, skill labor, transport and communication facilities, market and demand, government policies, as well as the management and other factors. Those are the factors which determine the cotton textile industries, right? Here you can see cotton textile industry. Mainly in the agriculture chapter you have studied the cotton, good quality cotton is to grow in the black soil area. So these are the black soil area, right, in Deccan Plateau. So the cotton industry also developed in this side only. So what are the important place for cotton textile industry? That is one, that is Ahmedabad, Mumbai, or you will talk about the state wise, that is the Maharashtra and Gujarat. These are the area is famous for cotton textile industry. Next we need to discuss about the two states mainly, especially as I said Maharashtra, 40% cotton mills are there in Maharashtra. And what are the facilities? That as I said, the black soil, humid climate, cheap hydroelectric power, and international ports and skilled laborers, all the facilities that is there. So that's why that is called Cottonopolis of India. So that term is very important, especially for your MCQ. Now here next you can see southern part, especially the Tamil Nadu, is also gaining popularity for the cotton textile industry. That much is enough for cotton textile industry here. Next, what are the problem of cotton textile industries? Those are very common and basic problem. What are there? That is the scarcity of raw materials, obsolete machineries, whatever machineries you are getting, that is not up to date, and independent power supply also is not there, low labor productivity, all those are the problem of cotton textile industry in India. Next you need to know about the silk industry. Silk industry, remember that is famous in southern part of India, mainly in Karnataka, is the leading producer. And here mainly you need to focus what are the types of silk. So here you can see that Melberry, Tushar, Eri and Muga. Those are the main types of varieties of silk that is famous in India, right? Silk industry also play a very important role for the country's growth or country's GDP. Now next we need to focus on iron and steel industry, right? Iron and steel industry, that is also play a very important role for the country's GDP, and it also known as the basic industry, because iron and steel industry is required to develop the other industries also, right? Now iron and steel industry, if you will say the state-wise distribution, that is West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Gujarat. Those are the area where you can see the iron and steel industry. But according to your syllabus, you need to study about only two types of iron and steel industry, that is TISCO. TISCO means Tata Iron and Steel Industry, that is located in Jamshedpur, right? That is located in Jamshedpur, and that is the private iron and steel industry of India, right? and it's play very important role for the country's development. Next, you need to study about the Rourkela steel plants. Rourkela steel plants. Now, about those two iron and steel industry, that is the TISCO and Rourkela. What are the things you need to study? You have already studied the minerals and energy resource chapter, right? So you know which are the main iron ore fields, which are the coal fields, right? So according to that, you need to answer. So why that particular industry, that is both Rourkela as well as the Tata Iron and Steel industry, why it is located in that particular area? So obviously there will be nearby coal field, iron ore field, dolomite, as well as river water and the port, all those facilities it will be required. So you need to remember for each industries, that is TISCO and Rourkela, what are the facilities they are getting, and according to that it's developed. So you need to remember in that way. Now you need to focus it here that what are the problems of iron and steel industry in India. That is the capital investment, huge amount of capital is required because this belongs to the heavy industry, right? And foreign trade, low productivity and inefficient management. Those are the problems are there mainly in the iron and steel industry of India. Next, very important sectors, that is the petrochemical industry. Petrochemical means here we are using the crude oil, and through the filtration process we are getting our requirement. We are fulfilling our requirement. What are those? With the petroleum product, petrol, diesel, gasoline, all those products, as well as from the petrochemical industry we are getting so many byproduct also, like it helps in the fertilizer industry, it helps in the rubber industry, synthetic rubber mainly, right? So for all this purpose petrochemical industry is very much important, right? And it is also growing, and that is the needs for countries development, because that product we are getting from the petrochemical industry, that is very cheap and durable, right? So that's why this industry is very famous. So here you can see, petrochemical industry maximum is developed along with the coastal lines. Why? Because maximum crude petroleum we are importing from other countries, and once we will bring it to the sea routes and we will take it in the seaport area. So nearby that area only we will do the refinery activities, and we will get the different petroleum product, and that as per our requirement we will send it to the different places, right? So that's why you can see the petrochemical industry is developed along with the coastal areas, right? Next, one of the very important sectors, that is the electronic industry. Electronic industry, mainly the radio, television, computers, all the electronic products, right? That also growing very fast. Along with that, the software, that's IT sectors also belongs to that electronic industries. So here you can see the TV, television, calculator, all the small equipments belongs to that electronic industries, right? So here you can see the distribution of electronic industry, right? At first, electronic industry developed, and it is still very popular in Karnataka, especially the Bangalore. That's it from this chapter. You need to study in very strategic way. So you have to make the tables for collecting all those data so you can get good score in your board exam. Thank you.